All right, here with Angelo State head coach Kevin Brooks, players Chase Pendley, Nick Wilson. Coach, you did what we believe is the first time since this playoff format has been made in 2012. Came out in losers bracket, Lone Star Conference Tournament Champions. Talk about your team's performance on the field today.
Well, just super proud. You know, I think I said after we lost that heartbreaker Thursday, we're going to find out what, character is going to be a big, reveal of that, which I thought we had, and boy, we had to show it. Obviously 2 really long days, but, and then to get down pretty big there in sort of the middle innings. And then to just keep playing and fighting back and getting, going really deep on the roster, this is great for us. Being off that bye week, I didn't think we'd be, but we were a little rusty, so we wanted to really play, 2 games today and all that, and obviously win. But I thought up and down the lineup, and then the pitching staff. Our starters obviously were unbelievable all 5 games, or 4 games, and then sort of didn't really have a true starter. Today we were just sort of piecing it together in that last one, but couldn't be more proud of the guys. Again, made history, and every time you challenge them, it's tough to make history at Angelo State. But the couple of times we've had a chance, they've done it. So we'll try to do it again.
Talking about the gentleman on your left, Nick Wilson, in the first game today, tossing 7 complete innings after leaving Thursday's games earlier than he anticipated. Just talk to me just about his performance on the field today.
Wow. Well, one, we really needed a complete game, and he was just dominant, and one, it was good to see him healthy. I mean, held his velocity the whole way. Got to give a lot of credit to our trainer, Megan Potoff, and I don't know, he's going to go Tour de France here because he's riding that bike in between innings. So happy for him because nobody works harder, nobody's a better leader, nobody's a better teammate than Nick, and it was pretty impressive performance. So, and that was huge. You got to win that first one. We did, and really, I thought gave us a great deal of momentum going forward throughout the day.
And then, of course, the player on the other shoulder, the Lone Star Conference Tournament MVP Chase Pendley, talks to you about his performance over the course of this weekend.
Well, you obviously got I love Chase. He got here at semester, and that's such a tough thing to assimilate with a team and just become a part of it so quickly, just like coming in a year, just like Nick. And he's done such a great job of that. And he just, he'd have a couple, we had bases loaded and he grounded double play, and I hollered at him about that. And then, but here's the deal. He just keep going out there, and he's going to get the big hit, and he did that once again tonight, so definitely not a surprise.
Chase, we'll start with you, then we'll go over to Nick. You were named All-Tournament MVP. Just talk to me about what that means to you and just your impact on the field for your team.
For me, that's great. I've been hurt for like a year and a half. It's my first time coming out here and playing, so this season's been nothing but grateful. I've been grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be out there playing. Just blessed to be here, of course, and I love this team, and winning like that, you can't beat something like that. You sit in the shower for hours thinking about scenarios like that, and going out there with your brothers and doing that, it's great.
And then Nick, over to you. Obviously, as mentioned earlier, led the first game earlier than you anticipated, but came out 7 complete innings, shutout, and helped your team get to the second game, which of course eventually the championship. Talk to me about what that meant to you.
Yeah, no, I was definitely frustrated after coming out the Thursday game, and it was just it was one of those things where I didn't know if I was gonna be able to come back out again, and then I once again got right with the trainers, and then got the bike in there, rode the Tour de France between innings, and then made it happen, and that was great. But then it was just the tone that was set by the 3 starters in front of me. Daffy, Free, and Gutierrez went just absolutely crazy, and so it was something. It was a standard to reach, and then it was just something where I was like, I just gotta go get it myself as well.
Yeah, Coach. I mean, we've said it a million times. It was a longer weekend than probably you wanted this weekend, but you still came out, obviously champions. Kind of, what was this weekend for you? What was the process like?
Well, I'm weird. I mean, as long as we end up winning it all, I want to play the maximum number of games. So we got to do that, because I still get mad about the NCAA balancing our lives and cutting our games, and maybe we'll get those back here next year. But so that part for me, was awesome. And then just the process was, we needed to. We weren't swinging it well. We didn't swing it well against Cameron. We didn't swing it well the last game against Eastern, and I just felt like we'd sort of changed being who we are. I thought game 1 was that. I thought game 2 we started coming. Really, the game last night we started to come out of it, and it was good. And I say, I think I don't know if this is correct, but we played like 2 games in 17, 18, 19, 20 days. And baseball is a game, so we really wanted to play a lot of games, and we wanted to compete. And boy, did all 3 teams in this thing bring it, and so it's just it's why you do this, and it makes you better. And so we had to find ways to reach down and execute in some situations. It didn't mean we succeeded all the time, but that's not really the point. The point is sort of the process and learning from those times when you fail, and then learning from when you succeed. And so I think we obviously had a ton of successes to end up standing at the end, but we'll learn from the things we didn't do right and get better at it next time. This is a long road, but we hope. We're going to see 2 more great teams in here. I would assume we're going to be at home next week, but and it's going to be the same type of baseball. So, it's just like everything, and you just get confidence. We've been there. We've been there in about every situation and found a way to get it done. So we'll draw upon those experiences going forward.
Yeah, it's just a weekend of comebacks for you guys. I mean, what does that say about your team, where they are right now, and kind of how they're meshing?
Well, I think, we use the word synergy a lot when we want to be that team, and we talked about this before this tournament started this week. It's been a team that's exhibited that, and again, doesn't always mean you're going to succeed, but when you fail, we're pretty good at picking each other up. If the hitting's having a bad day, pitchers go out and throw out zeros. If just one area or one player always picks up the other, and that's how you become a great team.
Yeah, obviously, Nick, you came to the program this year. Obviously, they're a very storied program. I'm sure you know about them at your time.
Absolutely.
Before this, but I mean, what does it mean to come into a situation like this and really feel like you can just kind of jump in and thrive?
Yeah, no, well, it's just the guys that make it feel that way. I never felt like an outcast here. Never felt like a guy that was just like, oh yeah, he's a transfer. And there's certain teams you have cliques, and you have guys that are just kind of hang out with these guys, and these guys hang out with these guys. But it's like this team is fully bought into each other. Everybody wants to be included. I can't say there's any cliques. I can say everybody can hang out with everybody. Everybody can just be friends with everybody. And having that kind of culture makes it so much easier to come in and just for things to be normal, like just for you to be yourself. Like I found myself just at a point where I could be, Nick Wilson pretty early on here. And I mean, you don't find that at a lot of places, and that's really special. And that really speaks to why this program is so successful, is because this culture is so tight knit.
Yeah, I mean, a coach is able to call you a leader. It's your first year here, and he says you're a leader. And I mean, what does that mean to you to be, labeled that, being here 1 year?
Yeah, it means everything, honestly. And it's one of those things where I don't think I'm going to come in here and be a leader. Like that's not my thing. Like I know guys that have been here, guys that have won a national championship here. I'm like, hey, like these guys know what it takes to win that national championship to get to that point. I just want to be a part, and I just want to do my best job. And then for that to emerge as a leadership role is just something that's so honoring, especially at a program like this, to be on the number 1 team in the country and be considered a leader for that. It just means everything.
Yeah, Chase, whenever they needed to hit this weekend, I mean, and obviously this last game, you were there to deliver. I mean, what does that mean to be in a situation like that and be able to deliver at that point?
It means a lot. I think every baseball player daydreams a lot about scenarios and, bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of whatever inning, and to be in that position you just have to prepare yourself before today. You know, last week, last month, this whole entire semester, you prepare yourself for moments like that, and it was great.
Yeah, and you know, obviously, you guys lost the first game to Lubbock, and you know, you come back and you win 4 in a row, and then today you're down, and then you end up going and winning. I mean, what is it like to sort of be in moments like that and be able to kind of be a catalyst for things like that?
Yeah, I mean, we practice to be like that. You know, I think we're a team that's not going to give up easy, you know, no matter the situation. So, you know, it says a lot about us and who we are, and, you know, we got each other's backs, and, you know, it shows it out there as well.
Coach, last question. After Thursday's loss to Lubbock Christian, you mentioned one word, character. Do you believe that your team kind of rose to that challenge and like see the character from these last few games?
That was pretty obvious. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for your time, Kevin.